like a limousine.
Hello and welcome to the High Viz Health Podcast. I'm your obnoxiously happy host, Dustin Udowich. And today we got two gentlemen that are going to simplify your nutrition setup, simplify your workout routine, and probably end up talking about a bunch of other ridiculous stuff. So let's get some quick introductions here. Stefan, tell the people a little about yourself.
I am IFBB. No, I'm not. I've been working out for like 10 years, on and off, basically through high school, through college, got into a job, stopped working out, found out that it's the love of my life, came back to it, and probably for the past year, I've been lifting every day, just about.
Let's get your street credit where it needs to be. The last time I saw you at the gym, you legitimately ripped your pants showing us. What were you showing us? It was like a stiff, like a hack squat. Yeah. He was just showing us the form on a hack squat, and his street credit was elevated like to the 10th degree. His pants broke.
If you want to gain muscle, you have to rip your clothes.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Or either that or you had some kids Gap windbreakers on. Either way, I was impressed. Alex, you have kind of an interesting setup. You went a little rogue.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
So I've probably been working out for probably close to 12 years now. Didn't really know what I was doing in college and early in my 20s. And then over the last couple of years, I got motivated to compete, do something, test myself. So last year I decided to do a bodybuilding competition. I did 2 of them with the NPC. It was hard, but it's a lot of fun.
Without a coach?
Yeah, no coach. Mainly because I was cheap and didn't want to pay for one.
You didn't have any coach?
No.
That's
I asked one guy if he would help me with posing and stuff like that. And he told me, well, we just want to bring the best version of yourself. I was like,
did he want to do posing in his van?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Badly lit alley. He's like, we want to bring the best version of yourself. I was like, no, I want to win. I don't care if it's my first show. I want to win. Let's do it.
That's awesome. Your pictures were incredible from one dude to another. I mean, it was unbelievable. Every now and then you'll see somebody go through that transformation, social media, or if you know them in person. It's really crazy, and it shows the power of, if you know what the heck you're doing, how you can completely and utterly transform your body. Now, you've always been fit, but there's fit and there's I'm getting on stage, and those are two different things. And for our audience out there, this podcast is so unbelievably valuable because what we really want to get to today is where do we start? How do we set a baseline with our nutrition? How do we set a baseline with our fitness? This is for the guy or gal out there who needs a good starting spot from real people. And sometimes, we always tell you, consult a physician. When you're going to make changes with nutrition or exercise, consulting a physician is great. Getting a wellness specialist is great. Not everybody's going to drop $600 a month on a personal trainer, right? Not everybody has access to a nutritionist or a registered dietitian. And so I want some real world talk today on how people can access, let's say, the internet or their friends or gym personnel and get their workouts, in a good place. So let's start here. Stefan, I know that at one point your work life was really dictating your schedule.
For sure.
Overkill.
For sure.
And it actually forced you back in the gym. Kind of counterintuitive, right? You'd almost think I'd push this further to the curb, but there was a voice in you that said, I need this for balance.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how you got to that point where you knew fitness was kind of the savior and how you got back on track.
There's something about going to work all day and then going home, drinking a few beers, and then going to bed as not being enough. With work, like, you don't get those immediate feedback like you do in the gym. Like, you put in all this work, but you don't necessarily get immediate feedback. And the gym gives you that.
I think a lot of people think, I work all day, I'm dying, I've been on my feet, I'm mentally exhausted. If I go to the gym, I'm in the negative. My balance is actually going to be worse. And it's not. It's the opposite. Mm-hmm. When you work out, there is an acclimation period, right? Mm-hmm. You're pretty sore. Your body's tired. But then you get in a decent...
You get a high.
Yeah. And you get in decent shape, and your energy levels are just better.
For sure.
So, Alex, I know we're getting ready for a show. Holy crap. I mean, the time that you have to put in between meal prep and I think you said you were in the gym for what, 2 hours plus for workouts?
That was probably the evening. So the morning I would probably do abs and cardio, which would probably be 45 minutes to an hour, and then go to work, then go to the gym for hour and a half to 2 hours.
Anytime I'm talking to somebody and I'm like, kids, I'm always interested in people's splits, right? Are you on a push-pull? Are you alternating energy systems? Anytime somebody's like, oh, I do calves on this, I'm out, bro. I'm out. I stopped listening to you. I'm out. You know what my calf workout's called?
Because you're not
Walk up the
bodybuilding.
stairs.
My calf workout's called pants. All right? Because when was the last time a dude was on the cover of Men's Health and it was just his leg shot? No.
Should be.
That's terrible. With that said, let me just completely backpedal. Our legs are our biggest muscle group. They stimulate the rest of our body. We skip that. We're really screwing up. All right. So Alex, how did you swing? How did you make this work? How did you develop a balance to where you could pull off these competitions?
You get busy with everything, but you decide what's more important to you and what you want to dedicate that time to. I picked this goal. I put the time in, and I wanted to see results. So I did everything I could, and that was above my friends. That was above relationships. It gets very selfish, but
Yeah.
you want that medal. You want that relief that you put everything into it, and that's what I did.
All right. Did you get booed off stage? Did you get hit with a banana, or did you do decent?
No, I think I did good.
Tell us about it.
After my first show, I was disappointed in myself because I put so much time in. I came in second in my overall and third in the novice group.
That's incredible. And I hope that doesn't piss anybody off that dropped $250 a month on an online coach.
I didn't have any kind of coach. I watched YouTube videos. There was other YouTube people. Christian Guzman is a popular one, and he was doing a competition along the same time. So I kind
What's his deal?
he's like one of the OG YouTube guys. He puts on this summer shredding program every year, which is like his own competition that people go to Houston to compete in. So I kind of mirrored what his workouts were and what his diet was, and just kind of lined up well with mine. And that's kind of where I got my background for it. And then watching other kind of nutrition videos, other kind of prep videos, and figuring out what works, what doesn't work.
You were YouTubing hard.
Yeah.
Did he go through his diet on there?
Yeah, so I did macro dieting.
Yeah.
So that's all. It's pretty much a budget. So you count your proteins, your fats, and your carbohydrates, and that all adds up to your calories. And the idea is your calories out have to be more than your calories in, and that's what
Simple.
caused you to lose weight. It's all in that equation.
We've had so many recent podcasts where some of the bottom line, the takeaway for the audience is stick to something, right?
The regiment. It's all about regiment.
A fitness program, a nutrition plan, you've got to stick to it. And I think the prevailing consensus is somewhere in that 8 to 10, maybe even 12-week range to start seeing benefits.
I decided to bulk pretty hard before, so I dropped from 235 pounds to 180 pounds in probably 14 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Stefan, same thing with you. And you guys share a lot in common. Just average dudes who have been able to walk around fit your whole lives. You're so average, bro. You're so average.
Maybe a below.
Average Joe's podcast.
Yeah, you're a 6.5 with fake tanner. You're 6.5 with fake tan. But you guys walk around incredibly fit. Both of you, since I've known you, never have you, hit a pudgy stage. But you've also both flipped the switch and gotten incredibly fit. And most people never get to that level of fitness. So I think that's where this conversation becomes so important to our audience. It's not that we're assuming there's a bunch of people out there aspiring to do fitness shows. But there are a ton of people aspiring to get their footing, to say, damn it, there's nothing but pitfalls at the grocery store. How do I avoid them? Like it becomes overwhelming for people because the verbiage on foods and the misinformation in the fitness world, or just the bulk of information in the fitness world, it becomes mind-numbing. So let's get this conversation to a place where our audience can walk away with some do's and don'ts, and they feel confident about where they're starting. Mm-hmm. Should we start with the food or the fitness, boys?
It's made in the kitchen.
Made in the kitchen. Done. All right. let's talk about the grocery store. We roll up in Kroger. We roll up in Super Wally World. We don't go to Dirty Ron's, a.k.a. McDonald's, the BK Lounge, Arby's. Okay. Curly fries. So we go in the grocery store. How do we navigate?
The best rule is you stay to the outer rim. That's where you have your vegetables, your fruits, your meats.
Don't even make that joke, Stefan. Let the man talk.
Avoid your frozen foods for the most part. But your healthiest stuff doesn't have a label. It doesn't have ads on TV. Everybody knows your healthier stuff is better.
And every year they put out, this is just a quick tidbit, every year they put out the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. And here's what that is. The Dirty Dozen is the 12 foods that you really want to look to buy organic. These foods, it's extra important to buy these organic. And the way they measure them is they actually take the food, they wash it, and then they measure it for pesticides and other shit that will kill you quickly. So, things that are on the that are consistently on the Dirty Dozen: strawberries, potatoes, spinach, peanut butter. So you've got some things that are constantly on there. And then you got your Clean 15, and it's not that it's not great to buy those foods organic. It is, but it may be less important. So check out just Google Dirty Dozen 2019, and you'll see a list of 12 things. Because dozen, that's Spanish for 12.
I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Oh, big guy on campus blowing up the podcast. This will be the most listened to / watch podcast ever.
I'm going to say I don't know that it's that confusing. I think it's more so it's very simple. It's just not
We're
very
making
fun.
it confusing.
It's just not very fun. It's just not very easy. I mean, if you're working 9 to 5 or 8 to 7 or whatever you're doing, you have an hour commute, it's not easy to make the meals. It's not easy to stay prepared.
I buy in here. I mean,
that's the truth. That's the truth.
There's
a lot of
You're
stuff
exhausted.
in between that's easy, that's tastes better, and that's the pitfall.
It's easy to order Papa John's pizza. It comes in 20 minutes.
Yes. I have a friend who's got Pizza Hut on speed dial. Like, that's a joke that you made in 8th grade, right? Like, yeah, I bet your mom has Pizza Hut on speed dial. Like, this dude has Pizza Hut on speed dial. He's pretty fit too. But
Macros.
Right. I buy into this concept. We complicate this, and our laziness complicates this. Our lack of continuity with what we're trying to do is what complicates this. And as Alex saying, like, he just got poised. It's mind-numbing to me that he did this on his own, stepped on stage, got a trophy in his first run. That's crazy. I mean, that really is cool. And we're not trying to tell the general public to go do that at that level. That's not what, again, most people are aspiring to do. But it does send home a message that this is doable.
You could if you wanted to.
Yeah, age of information, right?
Yeah,
It's all out there.
We live in a time where all you have to do is Google whatever, what's healthy, what's a good diet plan, meal plan, and
You're looking up diet plans. You're watching high school kids fight at Taco Bell parking lots on YouTube.
Bum fights.
Oh, that's terrible. Terrible. Yeah. So we stick to the outskirts. Mm-hmm. What else are we looking for? If we're trying to break down label reading, right? You're rolling through the store, just ignore the verbiage on the front of the package, right?
Yeah.
Heart healthy, like you could blow your heart up legitimately, and it could have heart healthy on it. The sodium could be 80%, and they can put heart healthy on it.
Oh yeah, you put healthy, skinny right on the top of it.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, this will be good. No.
Yeah. Here's one for you: low fat or no fat. Like that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. That's not a good thing. You know what they did? They took out real fats and they put in fake carbs. You know what your body does when it doesn't recognize something? It turns it into fat. You know what real fat does? It serves your organs well. It keeps you satiated. It keeps you full.
And there's a lot of stuff that's out there like that. And I think people get tricked by the hype and not knowing which.
Yeah. And by the way, if you're doing Splenda, just make the switch to Stevia or Truvia. Like, it's an easy switch, and that stuff tastes awesome. What you're getting in the Splenda is aspartame, the same stuff you're getting in Diet Coke. For you dudes out there, and I know we got a lot of dudes listening, right? No chicks are watching this. Look at us. For you dudes out there who are trying to get more fit, understand that the phosphoric acid that comes in a lot of these products is legitimately blocking the nutrient uptake to your muscles. I'm so pissed off. I tried to knock my mic off. Yeah, science. Street science, especially from you. You're a street doctor. You got your PhD in straight up street nutrition.
Bro science.
Yeah, bro science. You know what? We're gonna. This is probably gonna cause a slight pivot. We'll get back to the grocery store in a second. But when you say street science, it's interesting because we say that playfully, and it is a playful term. And what it really means is, hey, this is bro talk in the gym. A lot of the shit's true.
It's totally true.
Yeah, and now some of it isn't, right?
Yeah, sure.
Like there's some of it that truly is bro science in the playful interpretation of the phrase, but
give us
some
an
of
example.
It's true. I maybe certain.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Spinning the weights when you bench press.
Okay.
Dropping
the fat burning zone. It's like a total myth. Now, here's the catch though.
Anabolic window.
Bodybuilders will swear by it, right? They'll swear that walking at this incline on this speed is the ultimate fat burning. We still buy into that, and you see a lot of people who are successful in shows and in that realm and in that space, but it's not scientifically sound. So there's one for you. And then there's a lot of stuff that does work. I talk to bodybuilders, and you're an anomaly because you did it on your own. But you talk to bodybuilders, oh my God, they know their shit. Mm-hmm. A lot of them know their shit. In fact, you can't talk to them about anything else. It's such a boring community.
Tunnel vision. That's all you think about when you're prepping.
Because it's the focus on preparing your shit food.
But understanding the body and nutrition for just people who are not in that field, I'm always really impressed with those people. A lot of them really do have a great understanding. And then there's Alex, who just does drugs and.
Well, I mean, you're living it, right?
Yeah, it makes it happen.
You don't do this for 3, 6, 12 weeks, and then you put that body in. You see how it feels.
Yeah.
There's no amount of reading that you can do that gives you that feedback. And
Understood.
I think that's why
the diagnostics.
That's why the bro science is bro science.
Yeah.
Some bros are like, you know what I'm going to do? I can't gain weight, so I'm going to drink a gallon of whole milk a day for 30 days.
Go mad.
Which I've done. Yeah, the Go Mad diet.
Go Mad.
So and it worked.
Did you put on decent? Right. Well, let's catch our listeners up. Go Mad diet. Eat your regular diet and toss in a gallon of milk a day.
That's an actual diet.
Squats every 2 or 3 days. Yeah.
We've got a mutual buddy. He's 6'4", unbelievably fit. I think he made it to day 2. I mean, the dude's like 240, unbelievably fit. He did half a gallon.
What?
He did half a gallon on top of his diet, made it to day 2. He said 30. It tore him up.
I did 30 days.
That sounds awful.
Got to get the pills, the lactose
pills.
Yeah, lactose pills.
That's rough. All right, let's continue. Let's continue on through this grocery store. So back to the nutrition label. What are we looking for?
You want to know what I look for?
Tell us, Alex.
So I try to have anything that's high in protein. Don't have your fat higher than your protein. Don't have your fat higher than your carbs, unless you're going like avocado or something like that.
Understood. You kept it simple because you said you did this from a macro perspective: carbs, fat, protein.
If you go the macro route, I can tell you exactly what to do there.
Yeah.
But you have however your diet's based on your macros. And you just make every meal fit that.
And we're talking
it's all a budget.
Yeah, and we're talking low to no sugar, which meant you're eating a lot of whole foods.
Yeah. I'm not a big processed food or soda person anyway, so that stuff is easy for me to cut out.
Understood.
A little bit of ice cream, but Halo Top works.
Okay. Yeah, a little balance.
So one of the interesting things that I think, on a label is the based on the 2,000 calorie diet. I think that's really interesting.
Right.
I mean, so everything that you read there as far as the percentages are based on a 2,000.
This was made in 842 BC when the guy was like, you know what? I just don't think we're going to find a wildebeest for a couple days. So this one's 6,000 calories and we got 3 days of it. So 2,000 calories a day. I think that's the way it worked out.
A third of a wildebeest. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that's just kind of an interesting thing to me. I think for the beginner starting out and you're trying to figure out how to lose weight, how to gain weight, like you said, calories in, calories out, If you're consuming less calories than you're burning, then you're losing weight. So, in terms of macros, a good place to start would be to just see what your calories are a day.
Just
count them. Just do your normal day.
MyFitnessPal.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what I used.
Yeah. Count your calories, see if they're 2,500 or 2,000 or whatever they are, because that 2,000 means nothing unless that's what you're doing.
Understood.
You know what I mean? And
you can adjust your caloric intake in the app, and it's also free to see the breakdown of your macros. If you click
you put in your goals, and it'll tell you.
You click other tab, and then you can see the pie chart of your carbs, fat, and protein. So for those out there that don't know what we're talking about, it's just an app. Go to your app store, download myfitnesspal.com. That thing, for a free app, is badass. That thing will find any food. I mean, it will find. You could be in like your most off-brand grocery store. It's gonna find it. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, really awesome.
So yeah, I think that's a great place to start. Is just knowing like what. Okay, so I go to Five Guys yesterday, get some burgers and fries.
Street credit is creeping back down. They're a little closer to earth.
Gross science.
Yeah.
So a burger, a normal burger, you get it all the way at Five Guys, is like 980 calories.
Okay.
A regular fry is like
half an antelope.
950 calories. Right?
Yeah.
And then you have like even like a zero sugar Powerade or something like that. You're at 2,000 calories right there.
Right.
So that label of 2,000 calories a day is like what I think a lot of people are doing in a meal.
Yes, a cheat meal for sure. You can run up, 12 to 1,600, 1,800 calories real quick.
I mean, that's
a good point.
That's easy. That's a Five Guys burger and a fry.
There's a grocery store rule. Take your ass to the grocery store. Yeah. I mean, eating out, the goal is to get you back, right? Mm-hmm. They're trying to get you to develop pathways to where you are getting, you seek them out as positive reward. They do not care if you make it to 60. And by the way, how many really, really overweight, fat's such an ugly word, how many really overweight 65, 70-year-olds do we know? That's very sad.
Well, they say eating out, like a meal out, is anywhere from 1,200 to 1,500 calories. So that's most of your 2,000 calories right there. And that's one meal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I eat every 2 hours, so I'm not doing that.
Bro science. That's
protein
bro science.
Every 2 hours.
The whole 5-6 meals a day, total bro science.
I don't think so.
No evidence. No. We're not speaking to if it works or not.
The scientific.
We're speaking if the scientific community can validate
100%,
that.
100%.
I get hungry every 2 hours.
Right. But it works for people. We want to keep our sugars low. We certainly don't want to eat a bunch of saturated, crappy fats.
Don't drink your sugars.
Don't drink your sugars. Don't drink your calories. That's one that I'm glad we did not wrap up the podcast before mentioning. That's a great one to mention. You look at a 20-ounce soft drink can be somewhere between 70 and 75, even upwards. I know a few that are over 75 grams of sugar in a 20-ounce drink. American Heart Association, 35 grams of added sugar a day for a man. A 20-ounce is 75 grams of sugar. You want to, A, not be able to build muscle, and B, die early. That is an awesome game plan. That is crazy that we have not started viewing these things as death yet. Because think about this. As bad off as we are, even people that we live around, the people we go to the grocery store with, and we kind of look at that cart in front of us and say, God, it's a lot of zebra cakes. Even those people don't just pick up and inhale candy bars at dinner. There's something innately wrong with that. But the soft drink, they'll pound that. It's got twice the sugar. That 20-ounce drink has twice the sugar of a full-size candy bar. Yeah, but they'll drink that. It's just so weird.
Oh, I've seen some of my employees drink a 2-liter of Mountain Dew in 4 hours.
That's bad.
Well, I give a first aid class and tell them how to eat healthy.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Okay, what else?
All right, let's wrap up the diet. Hold on.
Yeah.
Well, let's finish up. Let's finish up what we need to talk about in terms of walking the perimeter and keeping it simple.
I got the way to close.
So people can walk away with something.
Yes. Here's the close. If each of you it's got to rank in your top 3 for, you got to get this when you're in the grocery store, or a top 3, stay the F away. You know, like oatmeal. You might say, hey, that's a great complex carb. It's dirt cheap. You might have your reasons. Guys, if you're looking for a solid food that could be a mainstay in your diet, consider this. What would you say? You're walking through the grocery store. What do you never? What's always on the grocery list?
Lean meats, oatmeal, a grain like rice, and then vegetables and fruits.
Rice,
And it's all-
quinoa.
That's simple. It's that simple.
And you've been told it growing
that
up.
simple.
That's what it is.
That's
you
that
just got to
simple.
stick to it.
Ground beef, ground turkey,
Or
chicken breast,
or no meat.
or no meat.
I'm about
or
that
no
life.
meat, or no meat.
Yeah, I was gonna say eggs, but yeah,
grain.
still meat.
I do eggs.
Yep.
You could do whole eggs. You could do egg whites out of the
Yep.
carton, even though you don't totally know what you're getting in there. I think, but
Yeah, right. It's not foolproof, but it's also not the other end of the
they're
spectrum.
pasteurized, so yeah. And oatmeal.
Okay, stay away from's. I hate doing this. Cereal.
It's like
It's
oh,
so
yeah.
good.
Oh,
It's like
dude.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, one of the greatest things that human beings have ever come up with. But it's like that whole aisle is a death trap. It's and people do. I mean, they serve their kids up those bowls of cereal that have a crazy amount of sugar or just no nutrients or Pop-Tarts. Like,
Yeah, if it seems fun, if it
Okay.
seems,
I
I don't know. I like Pop-Tarts.
about to catch a liver shot below the table from Alex here.
probably not good for you.
No.
If it seems like it's gonna taste good, I mean, I said, if it seems like it's gonna taste really good,
And if
it's
you eat-
processed,
Cereals, sodas.
Yep. Soda's huge. If somebody doesn't smoke, oftentimes I look at their greatest risk factor is drinking soft drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
So one of the biggest things with like preparing your food that I think that people don't do is in the United States, we don't understand portion control. You go to other countries or nice restaurants and stuff and you get a smaller portion. So like doing macros, weighing your food, knowing what you're eating, that's the best way. I tell people use smaller silverware and use smaller plates. And you're not
Smaller
gonna be able to
silverware,
load
smaller
everything up.
plates. That's great.
You'll eat slower, you'll get full quicker, and stay away from the bad stuff.
When I'm working with somebody from scratch, one of the very first things I'll do is send them a plate planner. And that's something you can find on the internet. Just Google plate planner and it's going to show you literally some of them have no, like just one word in each section. Like this is where your starches go. Here's your vegetables and here's your protein. And it just, again, it really simplifies stuff.
Well, even people that don't know much about cooking or anything like that, I've never tried them, but I hear people love them. Bluebell, it's not Bluebell.
Oh yeah. You talking about the delivery stuff?
Yeah, the delivery foods. Hello Fresh, I think, is another one where
Yeah.
they send you everything and you make it yourself. You get the portions. It's for the most part healthy food.
It's out of my league. I want to be in the kitchen for under 10 minutes. And I'm dead serious with that. I know 5 to 7 go-to meals that I can make in that 10 and under range.
Sure.
And that's just the way I operate. Like it's not that I don't enjoy cooking, is that that's just not how I want to spend time in my day.
I don't think it's that hard though. I
agreed,
really don't think
agreed.
it's that hard. We have rice cookers. We have instant oats that you can eat dry with some water.
Organic quinoa.
You can drink
right?
your egg whites. I mean, like it's none of that.
Air fryers.
So I don't think it's that hard, and I think that you can prepare enough ahead of time to last you a couple days. So one of the thoughts that I was thinking is, based on a 2,000 calorie diet, whatever. If you take your current diet, you look at your calories and see what you have. Then go get yourself a food scale and try to replace that same amount of calories with healthy foods. And then try that for like a few weeks and then adjust accordingly.
Understood. And if you're eating whole foods, let me throw this in there. If you're eating a ton of broccoli, whole foods that have legitimate fiber in
You'll
them,
be so full.
you're going to be so full.
That's the thing. You'll never hit that calorie. Or, I mean, you will if you really push it, but it's difficult.
Okay, bro science. You have to eat meat to put on weight.
No, I don't
Right?
think so.
Like I'm sorry. Like
easier.
the gorilla community looks like they're performing really well. Like come on. So we got to come off that. We do.
We're gonna go to the fitness now. We're gonna go work out.
Transition.
No, you're right. You're right. I think that's. I mean, there's documentaries and it's proven. If you want to look like you, and
Yeah.
eat your vegetables.
Yeah. Super JV.
Give
Yeah.
away your gains.
Listen, they sell extra
It
medium.
works.
Nike sells extra
It
medium
works.
jerseys and tank tops.
I'll rip them.
You know, all good. I'm gonna just get that Bullets throwback in kids large.
Bullets.
I'll be up in the gym flexing on them. Hey, that's a great time to move on to fitness. What do we want to tell the good people? They're starting from scratch or they're getting back in the game. How do you not screw up? So we got some good takeaways from the grocery store and nutrition.
Don't start with that.
How do
How do
we-
you not screw up? Can't start with that.
You want to be more positive.
No, I just think that I think a lot of people get scared away from going to the gym because it's intimidating. They think everybody's looking at them. You hear it all the
No
time. from
one's
my-
looking at you.
Nobody cares.
Whether you're unfit or
You
fit,
can't- you
no
almost-
one cares.
You almost can't screw it up besides injuring yourself, which you're gonna do if you're trying to do something to
Understood.
not screw it up.
Yeah.
So I think it's having a positive attitude for sure is what keeps people coming back. You have to enjoy it.
I think part of having a positive attitude is setting attainable goals too.
Yeah.
I think when you jump in and you say, it's 2020, January 6, 2020, I'm starting my 7-day-a-week routine and I'm going to do combine training. A, I'm going to get injured. B, I'm going to fall short of my goals and then be really discouraged. And now I've got a great chance to fall off. Set your goals up right and understand too. We talked about this on a recent podcast. It's you got to meet yourself where you are. 3-day-a-week routine can be absolutely awesome. You can see
Beneficial.
You can see awesome fitness gains off that.
For sure.
So if somebody is like, they don't know where to start, as in like they know that people go to the gym and have routines and have programs. Like Alex, take us through. Now you were at a higher level, but take us through when you decided I'm not only going to compete, but I'm actually going to coach myself through this. Take us through, man. How did you access the stuff you needed to access?
So I'd been lifting for long enough, so I knew the basis of what I wanted to do. I looked on YouTube, Instagram, people that I like their physique, other professional bodybuilders, copy their workouts, see what they do. You go on there, you Google somebody's name, they'll tell you a whole workout. You can pick whatever kind of workout you want to do, and they will give a walkthrough. They'll talk. They're charismatic. You learn. Also, you're at a perfect time in the year where everybody's in the gym right now. People that are in the gym care about fitness. Ask people. Somebody looks friendly, go up and talk to them. Sure. I'm always in there willing to give people whatever advice I can. Some of it might be bro science, but bro science sometimes works.
That's right. And you have dreamy eyes. They're so inviting. So inviting. Hey, listen, we keep coming back to this idea that this is more simple than people are making it. Yeah. We talked about it with the nutrition. This is more simple. Now, with the gym, I do understand why people can feel discomfort because, again, the bulk of information that's out there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's ridiculous. So how do you pick a plan that makes any damn sense if you don't have that background? If you're not familiar and comfortable with the gym environment, how do you pick a program? How do you meet yourself where you are?
I mean, I pick people with physiques that I like.
That's a great point.
There's one guy, or there's another guy, Jeff Nippard. He's got a great, very science-based, and that's what I like with my fitness.
Yeah.
Science with diet, with physique, and I listen to what he says. I don't like to read articles, and he tells me about articles. So it cuts out the middleman of me having to spend the time.
That's awesome. I do love Athlete X.
He's great.
I do love Jeff Cavalier and Athlete X. And something else that probably...
What kind of physiques are these? I don't know either of these guys.
Jeff Cavalier, he comes from a performance perspective, but he's like, be able to perform on the daily, live like an athlete, look like an athlete. And
he's good with like technique and
mobility, technique.
Yeah, if you have like injuries and stuff like that, how to correct your form so that you...
He's a bodybuilder?